and just pull their wealth and even their prayer together.
Yeah.
And when you demonstrated Jesus' prayer method the other day, bro, that was really like warming to me. Rather than seeing the backwards and forwards that goes on constantly between you and the Muslims, and you deliberately triggering them into bad behaviour. It's not good.
Hold on, bro. Right. The thing is, we're losing. One second.
Every day,
the thing is, what's not in a person can't come out of them.
No.
What is not in a person can't come out of them.
No.
Right?
You can't say that.
No, yeah, I can. What's not in a person can't come out of them. And so if someone has a kind of a supremacist attitude, right, which lots of Muslims do, not all, lots, but especially in this park, it's a higher proportion, yeah?
Can I just move over there?
Yeah, let's move a little, yeah? The thing is, when lots of Muslims have a supremacist attitude, right, they don't have the right to complain if they're challenged on that. Right now, that you maybe I don't know how many videos you watched at me, but I tend to come at people with the same
supremacist, very sweeping statement.
Yeah, and that's why I qualified it. But the thing is. The thing is, the energy that someone comes at me with is usually the energy that I return to them. Yeah, if someone comes at me in a calm way, I'll have a calm conversation.
Well within your right to do that.
Yeah, and if someone comes at me all aggressive, I'm not a pushover. Christianity doesn't teach me that I should be a pushover.
Okay.
And Christianity teaches me that I can stand up for myself.
Okay.
And I can stand up for my brothers and sisters.
And I completely concur that you are well within your right to do that.
Yeah.
But what I don't agree with you on what you just said is you're saying you're well within your right. It's like saying the truth is offensive. The truth. I know what I was going to say, but the truth is offensive to falsehood. Does that make sense? And you think it's your right to come here, and you literally just said it, that I have the right to fully insult these people, and they don't have the right to get triggered by it.
No, hold on.
That's
Let's be
what you
clear.
said.
No. Let me clarify something, because I don't think you quite picked up what I'm trying to communicate.
That is literally what you just said.
No, I'm not sure I did, but let me clarify in any case.
Please.
Right?
Because if that was the case, would you say it's wrong?
No, hold on one second. I'm trying to clarify.
Right.
So the thing is, Muslims are usually offended by the fact that I present facts about Islam that Muslims don't like. So, for instance, I look at Muhammad's lifestyle, I see things in Muhammad's lifestyle that I don't like, I challenge Muslims about that, and they get offended by it.
You're allowed to do that with decent manners.
Yeah, but again, it's the context of the energy with which those conversations have. There's plenty of examples on video, if you care to watch them, where if someone just keeps it calm, I keep it calm, we have a calm conversation.
You know that's not true.
No, it's a fact. You go and see the videos yourself. It is just a fact.
It's not true.
Well, people will correct you in the comment section.
Yeah, but I don't need to watch other
videos.
I had a conversation with you, and then you started to use the same method on me. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. And I'm saying to you, for you to do that, it's wrong, because what you're doing is, because you don't like my rebuttal of your statement, you're just going along the passive-aggressive route and going, well, I don't like the way you said it, and you can't force me into answering how you want to answer. It's like saying the calculator, I do the math on the calculator, and the calculator's forcing me to accept the truth of the calculation.
But here's the thing,
yes
bro.
Or no?
Bro.
If I do a math on the calculator...
Okay, this is where me and you start to tune out from one another.
Okay,
because
I'm asking you.
Now there's a bit of a crowd.
No, I'll move away from them. I don't care about them. I'm asking you.
We can be here, but
but I don't care about them.
That's fine. Right, but the thing is...
Answer my question about the calculator. Is the calculator, when you do the math on it, when you punch the buttons in, and you get exactly what you asked for, is the calculation forcing you to accept the truth?
But the analogy you're
Answer
making...
my question.
Of course not, but the analogy that you're making is wrong.
No, it's not.
I disagree.
When you're forcing Muslims,
I disagree.
When you're forcing a Muslim person to tell you the truth of your accusation against Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala...
But if they're getting agitated by that...
Please, bro. You're forcing them to defend something that isn't accurate or true. And when you do that, all you're going to do is you're going to get exactly what you're asking for. And if you ask offensive questions, that means if I say to you an offensive question, like for instance, if I said to you, how many times have you ever touched your mother's vagina?
Yeah.
It's an offensive question.
Right.
You know that.
Offensive.
And if I ask you that...
Allow me to reply. Because an offence is taken, it's not given. It depends on your temperament about whether you take offence. You can ask me that question, but how I respond to that question is entirely up to me.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, whether you're aware of it or not, bro, I have had decent conversations with Muslims in this park where I have challenged them on issues that other Muslims have found really offensive, and they have not chosen to take offence. They've engaged with me in an intelligent manner, and we've had intelligent conversations. What usually happens, this is usually how it goes, is I have a decent conversation with someone like you. We're maybe talking 20 minutes, and then someone like this brother starts chipping in. Or your thugs, right?
What about your thugs? You don't have thugs?
I don't think there are many thugs in my camp.
So you're going to vouch for all of the speakers that come and back you up when you're speaking?
Well, I'm pretty sure that all the people that I know that have come. Anyway, bro, I don't like these kind of conversations where I'm the topic of conversation. I don't like it where we're talking about one another as human beings, because I think that it's not about an issue of truth.
Listen to me. What I love about Britain, what I love about England, is the Marquess of Queensberry's rules.
Yeah.
It tries to get two men together.
Yeah.
And settle it.
Yeah.
Who's on the hack? Who's got the truth? Who's the best? And who's not? The better man wins. Yes or no?
Agreed.
So I like it when it's fair, clean, and square. What you're saying is you don't like it when it's fair, clean, and square.
These are just your characterizations.
What you're saying is you don't like it when it's fair, clean, and square. And what you think is that everyone should have their little two bob in, and everyone should be able to say, do what they want, how they want, and interpret it how they want. And what I'm saying to you is you can't expect decency to come from that.
And what I'm saying to you is that you're mischaracterizing these conversations. You're mischaracterizing them because you're seeing them through a certain kind of visor that is tinting the colour in which you're seeing those conversations.
I'm seeing
Let me
Muslims
finish
and
my point.
Christians come together,
Let me finish my point.
And they need to come together for decency. We're losing men and women daily in the streets.
Let me finish my point, because you insist that I listen to you. And right. So my point to you is that when I have a decent conversation, the reason why it usually ends up becoming a shouting match and it usually ends up getting all confrontational is 9 times out of 10, in my experience, and the video cameras support this, someone else jumps into the conversation,
Christian or Muslim?
starts usually Muslim, but sometimes Christian, and that tends to aggravate the whole episode. So, for instance, the last 2 weeks that I've been having decent conversations with people, Siraj just runs into the conversation with Sam Dower.
He's not here to defend himself.
Right. But no. I am going to put his name into it because this is an example that you can go away and view. He interrupts the conversation, but then, and this is what I will be doing from now on, whenever he does interrupt me, I will go and interrupt some dawah. And the thing is, when I interrupt the dawah, people will complain. This is my point. Do you see what I'm saying? We've been talking for 10. You see, this is the point. I'm done talking to you, bro, because you're trying to say that I'm trying to manipulate. No, you're saying that I'm manipulating him to talk.
No.
That's what you just tried to say. And I'm just done with that conversation. No, you said this is what I want. This is what I want. I did nothing to make this man interrupt us. Nothing. And yet you just tried to blame me. So I'm done talking to you. Have a good day. Have a good day. I'll shake your hand.
Yeah, but you're not treating me decent, bro.
I just don't want to have a conversation where you're going to make accusations like that to other people.
What kind of accusation did he make? He did not.
Yes, he did.
He just asked me to be quiet.
It's on camera. Everyone on camera, you can decide for yourselves whether the brother tried to say that I manipulated him into interrupting because he said that is what he wants. Do you want to take that back as a comment?
I'll take it back.
All right, fair enough. We can continue talking then.
My point is that we're losing people daily on the streets of London. When they think to themselves, where's my place of safety? Where do I go away from this nonsense, away from this debauchery, away from the gangs? I want to be in the God gang. Where do I go? I want to go church, I want to go mosque, I want to go synagogue. I'm happy for them to go there. Unfortunately, the elders that are in those churches, the elders that are responsible for clarifying their religions, they can't seem to come to Speaker's Corner and get some semblance of decency amongst them so that the youngers can go, you know what, them man over there, they're on something decent, they're on something safe. Let me leave this stupidness with the gang and let me go and just hang out at the mosque and the synagogue and the church. That's what they don't want to do, because brothers like you, unfortunately, rather than coming here and agreeing on something with the brothers and sisters of the Abrahamic faiths, you'd rather come here and do sparring matches and go, oh, you're sparring too heavy or you're sparring too light. Don't you get it? I'm trying to say to you.
So let me reply to that when you're ready. Right. So the thing is, right, when you look at Islam and Christianity and Judaism and you look at them fairly, they don't teach the same things. right? One example. Christian marriage is between one man and one woman. That's what it is. Islamic marriage is between one man and potentially up to 4 women. Now, for me, that is indecency. That is as indecent as going to a nightclub and having sex with the woman that you meet at that night and then taking her home, having sex with her and never calling her again. To me, there is no difference between a man going to a nightclub, taking cocaine, getting drunk and having sex with a stranger as it is for a man to marry more than one wife.
Same thing.
They are the same thing. It is completely immoral, as far as I am concerned, to marry more than one woman. So,
Can I reply?
So
to it?
yeah, of course.
How many times do you eat in a day?
It depends. Am I fasting?
I'm just asking you. How
On average, 3 times.
3 times a day.
Yeah.
So if I was to say to you that for you to eat 3 times a day is gluttony, in my opinion, pure gluttony, it's clogging your arteries, your body
Yeah.
fat percentage is too high, you are actually obese. Would you be happy with that? Is it okay for me to tell you or determine what your appetite is, bro?
Right.
Is that right?
Do you want me to reply?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So, but remember, what I'm replying to you is you're saying that we should be setting an example to all these young guns around us. That means that that they can stand on the truth and not get involved in the sin.
Yes.
Right? But what I'm trying to say to you, as far as I'm concerned,
Answer my question,
if they
Bob.
are getting involved in Islam, they
Answer
are
my
getting
question,
involved
Bob.
in sin.
Bob, you're ducking the question.
Okay, so your analogy is
For you.
again wrong.
For
It's
you.
the wrong analogy.
Whether it's wrong or right, answer my question.
Okay.
For me to determine your level of appetite
Yes.
for food,
Yes.
and then drill you for having too high a body fat percentage.
Yeah.
For your organs to be under pressure from the fat.
Yeah.
For your heart to be just about doing its job. For
Yeah.
your liver and kidney to be overloaded with alcohol and disgusting other things that are not good for you. Is it okay for you?
Would depend. So, for instance, let me answer your
Answer
question.
my question.
If you said that to me and
Yeah.
you were some kind of health professional or
Yeah.
physical trainer,
Yeah.
then I would weigh your opinion
Right.
as being possibly greater than my own.
Right.
So, if you say you were like, I
get
can
it.
tell you,
Qualified.
yeah, you're qualified.
So is it okay?
Right. So, if a qualified person turned to me and said, you know, bro, you're eating too much,
Keep going.
I would listen to them.
Keep going, bro.
Right. Hold on one second. I'm saying
Have a
to
think
you,
about the answer,
yeah,
because you're
I am
taking your
saying,
time.
I am saying
I
to
see
you,
you're taking your time,
and
bro.
I see that you're missing what I'm saying.
You're not saying anything, Bob.
Right,
I'll ask you a clear-cut question.
again, and I'm
just
giving you a
asking to
clear-cut
reply to
answer,
it.
right?
You're going all around the houses.
Honestly,
take your time.
these-
think about
these-
it. Is it okay
these
for me
carry-
to determine your level of appetite? Yes
If
or
you
no?
are qualified, yes.
Okay, so
If
and
you are
then
qualified.
you take my advice as
As someone from a qualified person,
so it's decent of me.
it would be.
So that's
And
what,
so, as someone who knows the truth that
Yeah.
marriage is between one man and one woman, I'm telling you that when Islam permits
Yeah.
multiple marriages,
Yeah.
they are as bad as a cocaine drinking, whore, prostitute visiting,
you're calling
gambling.
married people whores and
Polygamous marriage is as sinful.
Okay, don't talk.
Polygamous marriage is as sinful as gambling or getting drunk, or or
The worst thing.
or a
worst
one night stand.
You're
It is
calling
the worst
married
thing.
men and women whores and prostitutes.
I am saying to you, polygamous marriages don't exist. It is not a marriage. It is simply cheating on your first wife.
So all the prophets that came
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
and they did it.
Yeah.
Their wives, you're calling the wives of prostitutes, the wives of the prophets. Older Belair,
So-
you're calling. Wait a second. let me
Yeah,
land
I
there,
hear your question.
Because you're digging a very deep
Yeah, I'm
hole.
going to answer that question. No
You're
problem.
calling the wives of the prophets, the ones that had this polygamy,
Yes.
the polygamous marriage.
Yep.
You're calling them. They're tantamount to whores and prostitutes.
So can I reply to that?
Say it very carefully, bro.
I'm gonna say it
because
very
Allah
carefully.
subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Most High is watching what
I'm
you're
going to
saying.
say, listen,
and it's going to be
right.
big
So
problem for
you've
your
asked
judgment, bro.
a fair question. Let me give you a fair answer.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so polygamous marriages, just like divorce, was something that was always a sin. Always a sin. Now, Moses permitted divorce because of the hardness of the hearts of the people. That's what Jesus said. That's straight out of Jesus' lips. that divorce was permitted in the Old Covenant because of the hardness of their sinful heart, and so was polygamous marriage. Marriage was always instituted by God as being between one man and one woman because that's what God created with Adam and Eve. Anything that goes away from that was sin, and what we are called to is to be sinless, not sinful, and polygamous marriage is an embodiment of sin. In the New Covenant, that sin is addressed, and we shouldn't live according to that sin, even though in the past they were permitted to. Just like when Muhammad first came, he allowed, initially people were able to drink alcohol and then it was forbidden. They were allowed to drink it at the beginning. So it was then done away with.
Yeah? You're jumping from one... Look, wait.
They don't approach salat drunk.
Yes, exactly. So they were allowed to drink, then they were not allowed to come to the prayers drunk, and then alcohol was forbidden altogether.
He's changed the subject.
No, he's wrong.
Yeah, but
It's an example to the same.
Don't address him when you're talking to me because you're changing the subject, bro. And I'm trying to say to you, you see what you're doing, yeah? You're addressing other people. Wait a second. He's addressing other people in the conversation and then blaming those other people for interjecting in the conversation and saying that's the whole problem here. That's exactly what you call hypocrisy.
He's a good player.
Did you see the hypocrisy?
I know him.
Did you see your own hypocrisy?
So this is twice now you've tried to chuck it on me, brother. I'm not throwing any insults at you.
Did you see his own hypocrisy and he won't admit
No,
it?
not at all.
You
not
can smile all you want, but you can't wiggle your way out of it. You literally committed your own hypocrisy.
You come with this aggravated attitude,
See,
and then
now
you start
I'm
throwing
aggravated.
out.
He's the most
Wait, Akhi. Now I'm an aggravator. I'm aggravated.
Do you honestly believe that I believe you're cheerleading?
You literally told me this man comes here and you've had problems with him in the past. The only time you and him had an agreement was when I was there, and he's giving me due diligence and you're not.
We agreed that you were wrong.
No, we agree. This
Is the peacemaker not blessed?
Yeah, of course the peacemaker
So
is.
that's what I'm trying to achieve with you,
right, if you want
cousin.
brother,
I'm trying to achieve with you that we are losing people, human beings.
Yeah.
I want the church and the mosque and the synagogue to be a decent place of safety. Listen, there was an attack in a Jehovah's Witness place.
Yeah, recently. I forget where,
Bro, listen, I would ask for these governments to bring the death penalty for anybody that attacks people in their place of worship.
Yeah.
Would you agree with me?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd do death penalty, but yes, definitely punishments.
Okay, if you object to death penalty, what do you agree to?
No, hold on 1 second. I do agree with the death penalty.
You do?
I'm just not sure that I would apply the death penalty to that episode.
What episode? I don't speak coded, bro. Tell me exactly what you mean.
Well, the thing is, bro, not every position that I hold is firmly fixed. Some positions I'm still thinking through. I'm still thinking about
You're
certain...
making up as you go along,
No,
bro.
you see, that's just your characterisation again. Some positions I'm still thinking through. In other words, I haven't come to a settled conclusion on something.
Okay, but while you're not coming to a conclusion...
So I, for instance, on the death penalty, is something where I've actually changed my mind. I used to be against the death penalty.
Okay.
Now I've come in favour of the death penalty. And there are certain instances, like for Islamists, I believe the death penalty should be applied. And I do believe for certain horrendous crimes, and that's the thing, I haven't yet decided what I consider the most horrendous kind of crime.
Can you level something for me? Because there was an accusation against you that you're happy to see Muslims die. Wait,
no.
Let me say.
Finish what
You're
you
happy
need
to see Muslims die, and if you could, this was the accusation,
Yeah.
if you could, you would happily see Muslims be killed. You just said to me that radicalist Muslims deserve the death penalty. You just said that.
So can I reply?
Wait a second, I haven't landed the statement.
Yeah.
You said radicalist Muslims should die.
Yep.
I'm asking you, should radicalist Christians die?
Right. So let me address the accusation and the question together because they've both been offered. So the accusation is made up by liars who are seeking to malign my character because they can't face me in a debate. I have made it abundantly clear on multiple videos, again you can see them for yourselves, that there are different kinds of Muslims. And the vast majority of Muslims are not radical Muslims. But I do believe in the death penalty for radical Muslims.
You mean terrorists?
Yeah, absolutely. Jihadis. I think we should kill them all. But with due process,
you know terrorism
in a court,
is not permitted within
in a
Islam.
court,
You know that,
in a
yeah?
court. Let me finish because you repeated someone's accusation and you asked a question.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm going to address both. Right. So I believe radical Islamists should face a due process in a court, And where they're found guilty of being a radical Muslim, they should face the death penalty. 100%.
How can you tell whether
Let
someone's
me
a radical
finish.
Muslim?
Let me finish.
No, because
Let
that's
me finish.
really bad for you to say
Let
that.
me finish.
When they're found in
let
what
me
court?
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Bob,
Now,
Bob,
most.
your court, the court
Let
of,
me finish.
of general consensus, the court
No, a
of
legal
public.
court, not the
What-
court of
who's
public
legal?
opinion.
Who's, mate?
The government's. Let me
Government?
let
Where?
this
Who?
government.
British
the government. Yes, the
When
British
the British government finds
right.
someone,
Bro, if you're going to interrupt, then
I'm trying to get to your
yeah,
point.
but you're complaining if I interrupt you, and now you're
no, I'm not
interrupting
complaining.
me.
I'm asking you to find out the point.
You've made
You
a
said to
you've
me
made a
that
serious
Islam-
accusation, and you asked a question. I'm trying to address both.
Yeah, but you're making more points, Bob.
So-
Rather than addressing the point, you're
I'm
making
trying
more.
to, but I'm trying to. If you let me answer the first point and the first question,
If you go to the point,
I'm
directly,
trying to, and
You're not,
that's
Bob.
exactly what I'm doing. I'm
You're
not
not.
deterred.
You
I'm
are,
not.
Bob.
No, that's just your characterization again, and I don't accept your characterizations.
All right, I'll give you a chance, bro. Go
Right?
for it, please.
So to answer your question directly,
Should Christians, radical
yes.
Christians, be given the death sentence?
Let me finish
Yes or no?
dealing with the accusation before I address the question. I will deal with both.
I'll ask you again when you get round to answering.
Right, if I don't get around to answering it, then ask me again. But let me address, because you repeated a serious accusation,
Waste of time.
right?
waste of time.
And
Don't-
the
don't.
serious accusation, you should go back to those people that said that to you, and you should say to them, right? Bob has accused you of being a liar. Where is your proof? Because you'll see, and you've heard from my own lips, that I would say only radical Muslims should face a death penalty.
When I ask you what,
Not every, not all Muslims,
you
not
what
all
radical
Muslims.
Muslims was,
Now
you
that's a
wouldn't
separate
find out
question.
for me.
Now you ask the question about
it's a bit-
radical.
it's a
Now
bit-
you ask the question about radical Christians. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. Radical Christians who behave like radical Muslims should also face the same process with the same execution at the end. So if someone behaves like a radical Muslim, they should serve the same punishment as a radical Muslim. Because as a Christian, I'm committed to the idea of equality under the law, which means that Muslims and Christians have to be treated the same under the law. I just want a harsher punishment for radical Muslims. And if there are radical Christians who behave like radical Muslims,
talking about?
they should face the same punishment.
wait, akhi. What is this additional punishment for Muslims?
Right, so let the reason why I'm specifically talking about radical Muslims
No,
is
what is
because
the additional punishment for the Muslims?
the what I talked about, the execution.
Yeah, but what is your logic behind the additional punishment for
Right,
Muslims?
just so you haven't misunderstood me, the reason why that policy I believe should be in place is because there is a problem of radical Islamists inside the Muslim community. Are you going to deny that?
There definitely is radicalists within our world, definitely.
No.
And they're
No, are you denying it about within the Muslim community?
Everywhere.
No,
Any
I'm
religion.
telling you that every race and creed and color of people in the world suffers from radicals.
Are there
That's the truth of
networks?
it.
Are there
Wait a
networks of
second.
radical
Wait a
Christians
second,
blowing
please,
up
Bob.
mosques?
Please, Bob, let me talk.
blow
Because there's
bombs.
wait,
Bombs.
Akhi, let me speak. Because there's got to be a finite understanding between a radicalist and your understanding. A radicalist Muslim that blows up a bomb, indiscriminately kills many people, and then a Christian who's a doctor and works on operating theatre and kills deliberately, oops, by accident, kills deliberately people not of his religion and his faith. That's just murder, bro. There's just bad people.
It's worse.
Wait a second. There's bad people and there's good people in all religions. And if you're telling me there's not,
I wouldn't say that.
right, good. What I want to understand is where you're telling me this phrase that you used was additional punishment.
Okay.
That's what you said.
So let me clarify.
So before I start to listen to my brothers telling me
Yeah.
that you want additional punishment for Muslims,
No, let me
which is
clarify.
what you said.
Yeah, you're jumping on this
You
word.
need to find out for me
You're-
exactly what
you're-
you mean before I walk away from here
Yeah.
thinking this person,
Let me
this
clarify
human
then.
being, Bob, from Speaker's Corner,
Let me
wants
clarify.
additional punishment for Muslim men and women.
So let me clarify, because you jumped on that word. So let me be clear, right? What I was talking about is the fact that we have punishments for radicals of all kinds in this country already. What I'm saying is that there needs to be an additional level of punishment. And the reason why I say
For all of them or
all
for
of them,
Muslims?
I've already made that clear, bro.
That's not what you said.
But then
No,
it
I
changed.
did.
At the
You're
end-
just
at the
selecting.
end-
You're
at the end-
selecting what I'm
Wallahi,
saying.
at the end you
said-
You're literally
Akhi,
selecting
stop.
what I'm
At the
saying.
end you
Stop.
changed.
You're literally selecting
just
what I'm
said,
saying. You're literally
want additional
misquoting
punishment
me,
for
bro.
Muslims.
You're literally misquoting
taking
me.
it out.
You're literally you're
Are you gonna
misquoting
take it
me.
back?
You take it back.
You're
You take it
misquoting me.
back.
No, I don't.
What did you say?
Because
Stop
what?
talking to
Because
me,
I've
please. You're gonna
clarified.
use the same get out, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah. So what
Okay,
I've
listen to me.
Yeah.
Do you or don't you agree that there is additional punishment for Muslims? Yes or no?
1 second. Let me be
Because
clear.
that's what you said.
Right, if that's the word that you're going to cling on to, let us change the word.
Please
What
change it.
needs to be done
Yeah.
is a new punishment for the radical Islamist.
New punishment.
The radicalists or just the Muslims.
Now, hold on 1 second, because you're ignoring what I've already said in this
What are you
conversation.
saying?
So let me remind you
You keep
again.
saying the radicalist Muslims.
I'm going
and I'm
to
saying
right.
to you, are you
now,
talking about the
now you're just
radicals
interrupting.
or the Muslims?
Now you're just interrupting.
No, I keep asking you the same
Yes,
question.
and
you
I
keep avoiding
no,
it.
no, I don't. And the
You're
camera
digging
shows
the hole deeper.
literally. That's again your characterization, which you do every time we have a conversation. You always make these characterizations.
You're
right?
feeding into the narrative.
Let me
of
let me replay.
You
I do
literally
not
verbatim
care
said, I want
about
additional
their
punishment
lies.
for Muslims.
Again, no, again, you've misquoted me.
So then tell me
you've
the difference.
misquoted me.
Then please correct
right,
me.
firstly, I want you to answer me a question now, and don't avoid it. Is there an Islam?
Is this the end of it, of the conversation? Because you
Are you just going to
redact
ignore?
what you said.
Are you just going to run away from my question now?
I asked you to redact what you said.
So listen to my question and answer it. So are you?
answering a question with a question.
Because I've already answered this question. It's on camera. You could just go back and watch the video.
Let me ask you.
So my point to you is that there is a significant problem of radicalism in the Muslim community. It's not just costing the lives of the kuffar, it's costing the lives of Muslims as well. And part of the reason for that problem is because our punishments are too soft. Our attitude towards it is too soft. And so there isn't a high enough cost to put people off. Okay?
So you agree with
Right.
me that there should be a death sentence for those people who are, for anybody, Muslim,
Right.
Christian, Jew, Hindu, Sikh, whatever your
Yes.
faith, atheist.
But let's also-
wait a second.
yes.
There should be the death sentence for anybody who attacks people, men, women, children,
You're right.
in their place of worship.
Not just in their place of worship. Not just in their place of worship.
Simple, Bob.
Those Islamists that attacked those people on London Bridge did not attack them in a church.
Right, and on the recent
And the
murders,
people that supported
The
them,
recent
many
mur-
of them are in this corner right now.
Bob,
No
the
way.
recent murder that happened in the Jehovah's Witness church.
Yeah, I only saw the headline. I don't know the events.
What I'm saying to you is these people should be given the death sentence.
And then what I'm saying is,
Yes or no?
anyone who behaves like a radical Islamist should receive the same punishment. If we're going to impose a law on radical Islamists, it's only fair that anyone else who behaves like them should receive the same punishment.
Including the radicalist Christians.
Yes, right. But the point that you
So this is
ignored,
it.
the point that you
The
ignored,
language you keep using is
but the point that
is
the
wrong.
point,
Yeah,
the point that
keep
you,
using it.
but the point that you
I know,
ignored,
I know,
I
I
can
know it's
say
hard.
it.
I know it's hard for him
I
to
can
say.
But
say
I'ma
it.
get
I
it
can
out of you
say
one way or another,
it.
bro.
And here's the point, bro, is that you're not willing to admit that there is a bigger problem of radical Muslims amongst the Muslim community than there are radical Christians amongst the Christians.
Okay, I can wait.
That's a
Aki,
fact.
Stop.
That's a
Let
fact.
me
You can
help
either swallow that pill or not.
No,
But that's
I'm not
that's a red
the
pill
only
you need
pill
to
that I'm
swallow.
interested in is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's it. I'm not interested in your conjecture. I'm telling you that every single race, creed, and religion in this world has problems with extremism.
And the proportions are different.
So for you to come here and keep on aligning their radicalism to other people's radicalism doesn't make any sense.
No, it isn't,
Wait a
because they're
second,
not the
wait a
same.
second. There's just dumb people and smart people. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying all of us have to get together, which is what I'm doing here. Is trying to pool the wealth of the Christians and the Muslims to stop this backwards and forwards ridiculousness and actually come to some semblance of understanding between them. Like I've said to you, when the church is closed down, I genuinely believe that if they want to pray on the day of Friday, on Jummah, to the Most High, they should come together with the Muslims.
Yep.
put aside their indifferences and pray together.
But none of the Muslims around you will agree that
I
I
don't
should
care what they
worship.
think.
What? Let me finish.
I don't care what they think.
Let me finish.
It's between you and me.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do I think?
And this is
Stop
what I'm
telling
saying.
me what they think. I don't care what
They'll
they
tell
think.
you. They'll tell you.
I don't care.
They'll tell you.
I'm here for you and me.
Right, so let's
That's
talk.
it.
Let's me and you talk.
That's it, bro.
Right, so that's what.
Stop worrying about what they think.
What I'm pointing out to you is
The
that
solution is with you and me.
Right, but the point
As men.
Right, so let's deal with that.
That's it.
Let's deal with that.
Please.
Calm down.
I'm just feel like
I know
you-
it's a passionate topic for you.
Bro,
I feel
because
it. I
I
feel
can
it.
show you a picture of the young man on last Sunday
Yeah.
when you was bringing your colleague to, oh, he said, she said, we
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
I said, gentlemen, please, we've got big problems in our society. There's going to be somebody dead. There's going to be somebody dead by the end of the conversation. I'm going to bring his picture up for you. The young man died last Sunday. This man was 20 years of age.
Yeah.
He looked exactly like your colleague.
Yeah.
Your colleague wants to stand there saying, oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And
Which is true.
and I'm
Paperboy was right.
Listen, wait.
Paperboy was one
this
right.
passive-aggressive stupidness that between the Muslims and the Christians has to stop.
Right.
What has to happen is they need to come together
So-
as a they need to come together as a collective and say to themselves, listen, we are all believers in God.
Let me reply to
That's
this.
it.
Let me reply.
So we
to
need
this.
to stick together against the disbelieving.
So now let me reply to
Wait,
that.
Let him finish, guys.
we need to get together against those who disbelieve in God.
Okay.
They're the enemy of the righteousness. They're the ones that are in this life here to cause mischief.
Can I reply?
And cause mischief between the Christians and the Muslims. They're sitting there laughing.
Can I reply?
Listen to me. They're
You're
benefiting.
directing your conversation to them.
No,
now.
brother, look, what you want me to do? I'm looking at you. I'm saying the only one that is benefiting from the indifferences between the Abrahamic faith is these demons, bro.
Can I reply now?
Yes.
Right. So, like, you said a lot there, but let me reply to the key point. Okay. Well, and I'm going to correct the reason you said that this is between me and you, but it's not just between me and you. Let me finish, because if we were to try and enact, if I was to try, say you convinced me today that I should go to the mosque and pray, right? I am.
Inshallah.
Let me finish, right? Because I did. You complained when I interrupted you, so now don't do it back. If I was to say you convinced me today that I should go to the mosque and pray, I am going to go there and worship the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I'm going to direct my prayers to the Father in the name of Jesus by the grace of the Holy Spirit. I guarantee that the Muslims around me are going to be offended by that.
Are you sure?
Akhi,
Right,
stop
right.
talking.
Sure about
Let him
that?
There you
speak.
go.
Let him speak. What's wrong with you, man? Let him speak.
Are you speaking?
Let him speak.
He is speaking.
No,
Yeah, but you're
no.
talking
You
over
told
him.
me to listen. You
Yeah,
told me to listen when he was
Let
talking.
him speak.
Now let me speak. So don't interrupt. Right. So my point to you is, even if I came to your mosque, even if you would go, it's great to see you, Bob, more than welcome to pray. I mean, you shake hands, and I start praying to my God, and you start praying to your God. Right? The reality is there would be other people in that mosque that would take offense at me. And I would agree with them. That's the problem. Speaking honestly for myself now, right? And forgetting the hypothetical you convinced me. I would agree with them. If you came to my mosque, my church, right? And you started to pray to Allah, right? Even if I welcomed you, there would be Christians that you would offend. And speaking honestly, I would agree with them. And the reason is this. The God that I believe in and the God that you believe in are two separate gods. We don't worship the same God. We don't have the same beliefs. I believe, for instance, Muslims can't agree about when life begins, and many Muslims agree with abortion. They believe that abortion is permissible
Let
up
me
to a
know
certain point.
when I can
I'm
speak,
literally
because
landing
what
now.
you're saying, I wanna-
I'm landing. I'm literally landing. This is my last point. Muslims, many Muslims agree with abortion. I think that those Muslims are agreeing with murder. And they are as bad as a cocaine gambling, womanizing, sinful man.
Finished?
And that's so we can't invite people to the. We're not inviting people to the same truth.
Listen to me.
Two separate truths.
Listen to me. I'm telling you, when the brothers and the sisters of Islam come to the mosque,
Yeah.
they pray to the Most High. They're not there
Yeah.
to interfere with each other. They're there on one intention.
Yeah.
That's to worship Allah.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? When they pray quiet. They don't open their mouth. They don't speak out loud. So if he has any indifference in his prayer, I couldn't tell. It's only the Imam that speaks out loud. Do you understand that? I'm telling you that if you come to a mosque, and like you demonstrated to me in the Garden of Gethsemane when Jesus got on his face and prayed, And
shows us
he
last time.
demonstrated.
He shows us
Stop,
last
okay,
time,
stop. He literally demonstrated
he did.
exactly the same
He did,
Muslim
yeah.
sujood.
Yeah.
And I said to you, as long as you come, the caveat is as long as you come to the mosque and you pray quiet. You don't preach out loud. You don't need to speak out loud. You don't pray out loud. You do it exactly as everyone else does, toe to toe, shoulder to shoulder, in the men's section. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying to you, there'll be no problem. You don't need to make cross. Jesus didn't do that either. And I'm saying to you, as long as you pray, as Jesus himself, your Jesus, demonstrated to you in the Garden of Gethsemane, not using this crossing thing, no one will even know the difference.
True.
Everybody agrees except you. And I'm telling you that everybody is starting to understand that the differences between the Christians and the Muslims is with men like you, not with the Muslims. The Muslims are happy for the believing men and women to come with them.
Can I reply?
They'll happily invite you. You understand what I'm saying?
Can I reply?
So everybody knows who's the hostile ones and who's not the hostile ones.
Yeah. So the point is, bro, is that as a Christian, when I worship, an essential part of my worship is to make the sign of the cross. When Christ prayed like a Jew, and Christians copy Christ in praying like a Jew, the normative position of prayer is to stand. Yes, we can prostrate. I prostrated today in church. That's normal part of my act of worship. But when we prostrate, we make the sign of the cross. When a Muslim bows down, right, and the thing is, it's not just what Muslims think in this dialogue, it's also what Christians think. And the Bible is very clear for the Christian. Light has no share with darkness, truth has no share with falsehood, the worship of Yahweh has no share in the worship of Baal. We as Christians cannot worship with pagans. We cannot worship with those that do not worship the Most High. Muslims do not worship the Most High. Your God is the same God of Elagabus, the Arab emperor who bowed down to a black rock and worshipped a black rock. When Muhammad went around the Kaaba, he pointed to the Kaaba with his stick and he said, Allahu Akbar, pointing to the black rock. The reality is that the God of the Muslims and the God of the Christians are two different gods. Now, I respect that difference. I know what you want. You think that the bigger threat is about the atheists and the progressives and the godless.
The murderers and the rapists and the God knows what, bro. What are you talking about?
Yes, but let's be clear. Let's be clear from a Christian perspective.
Let them come to the mosque.
A lot of the murderers and the rapists
sense,
are Islamists.
No, bro, what
yes,
are you talking about?
because they come to our churches and they bomb them. They come to our churches and they kidnap girls. They rape them. They force them into marriages. This is what happens.
It's gone sideways. It's gone left.
No,
now,
one second.
bro.
Because you're wanting me to ignore all of this. You're wanting me to ignore a lot of
I'm
the
not
things
asking you to
that I
ignore
simply
anything.
refuse to ignore.
Listen to me. Let me help you understand the problem here. Wait, Akhi. Let me talk, bro. I'm saying to you clearly, you keep quoting yourself and saying that we are not speaking for you and speaking for me. You keep saying what other Muslims think, what other Muslims
Yes.
believe, what other Muslims think, what other Muslims believe, what other Christians think, what other... You can't quote word for word what other Christians... I don't believe you represent all Christians.
I don't.
Right, so I'm telling you, whether or not that you want to come to the mosque and pray with the Muslims, other Christians, they're getting on with it. They're going to the mosque on Friday. They're with the Muslims. Other Christians can testify to it. I know them, I speak to them personally. And I'm telling you that you're missing out. You're missing out on helping Christians to understand that there are big similarities between the Muslims and the Christians. And what you can do is you can pool our wealth together, all our resources together, to help fight the crime and the indecency that these disbelieving demons are doing on a daily basis. You understand what I'm saying? Wait. There are more attacks on places of worship now than ever.
Yes.
I'm telling you it's not right. I'm asking you for a solution. The solution for me is clear. That the believing men and women of Islam and Christianity need to come together as a collective and pray to the Most High and have decency amongst them when they're in public, rather than this backwards and forwards and he said, she said, and I believe this, and you put your hands there and here, and stop this nonsense, bro. It's just stupid.
Very good speech. Come on, you can't
Everyone
deny
can
that.
see who's
You
on the
can't
decency
deny.
and who's on the mischief.
When you're ready.
Go for it.
Right. So the point is, what you're refusing to hear is that for lots of Christians, the people that are attacking our churches are Islamists. And a lot of the people that are supporting those Islamists are the Muslims in this park. Not all Muslims do that. I have met them that don't. But the fact of the matter is, if you go speak to the Nigerian Christians and you ask the Nigerian Christian, who is it that's attacking your church? To a man and a woman, they'll tell you the Muslims. Now, it's not all Muslims. It's Boko Haram. It's the radical Muslims. But you go around the Muslims that are come to this park and you ask them to condemn Boko Haram, you ask them to attack, their attitude, their automatic response is to go, well, look what the Americans are doing. Well, look what Israel is doing. So in other words, they're implicitly trying to justify attacks against churches. So what you should do, if you truly believe what you're saying, is you need to go and challenge your Muslim brothers and sisters. Amen. Why are they so soft on the Islamists attacking churches? Now,
let me help you understand something.
One second. I agree. I'm landing very quickly. Let me finish. I'll let you finish. I've only literally been speaking for a few minutes.
Okay, go.
Right? The reality is, of course, there are misguided Christians that go to church and that they pray in a mosque, right? And there are misguided Christians who invite Muslims to come and pray like a Muslim in a church. I can't account for their errors, but what I can account for is what the scriptures teach. And what the scriptures teach is not what they are doing. There are also Christians who, for fear of repercussions, are going to the mosque and they are praying to Jesus, because if they acknowledge in public that they've become Christian, they fear for their lives, they fear for their safety, and they fear for the loss of their families. And I know Christians who are doing that in the mosque. In England, they go to the mosque in England and they're praying to Jesus in a mosque because they're scared of what their mother and father will do to them if they say publicly that they've become a Christian. That's people I know. So when you create an atmosphere where those Christians can say to their parents, I've become a Christian, don't hurt me, mum and dad, don't kick me out of my home, don't leave me homeless, don't kill me like they tried with Nisa Hussein in Bradford, England, then I will have more time for what you're trying to suggest. But until I see you on camera challenging that, this conversation's not going anywhere.
Okay, wait. Wait. Let me talk.
Let him finish. Let him finish. You're his cheerleader. Let him finish.
Stop winding him up. You're goading him to speak, and then you complain he interrupts. You're doing
I
it.
didn't start him. I didn't make. Look at him. He's smiling. He's enjoying himself. He's smiling and laughing.
You're claiming they're on mischief, and you're the one causing it. That's what.
Oh, that's it. That's
You're
it.
buying it. You're buying it, bro. You're buying it.
I'm not buying it.
You're literally buying into his narrative.
I sold it.
Your characterizations are false, bro. But go on. You wanted to reply.
This is the exact behaviour I asked you to stop.
I was backing you up.
No.
You were asking him to be
I
quiet.
was going to give you my rebuttal.
I'm
now
listening.
we're talking about your behaviour
Go
again.
on. Speak about
I'm
it.
saying to you, listen, when you see me standing here and I'm talking to you,
Yes.
you're telling me I need to get the other Muslims in line.
Yes.
Do you not see me getting the Muslims in line? Do you see me challenging their view?
No.
You just literally said I got him to agree to something.
No.
See?
No, let me finish.
Hypocrisy again.
No, it's not hypocrisy.
I literally got him as a Muslim
Show me the video.
to get in line.
Show me the video. Show me the video.
You said to me that you have been having problems with him for years.
For years,
And
yeah.
you said that because of my conversation, that you and him finally had something in common.
Yeah, we disagreed with
and
you.
I said to you that is exactly what you just advised me to do.
Calm down,
You
bro. We're having a nice conversation.
That's the way it speaks. That's
You
how it
advised
speaks.
me
If
to
you
get
didn't
other
come
Muslims
down,
in line,
Yes.
and that's exactly what I was achieving.
No, bro. What I'm asking you to
Yeah,
do.
no, yeah or no?
Right, I'm going to be clear.
Yes or no? I'm
No.
not getting other Muslims in line
No.
with the conversation.
No.
But you just agreed that
No,
he
no.
was getting
You've
in line with my
misunderstood
point.
my no. You've misunderstood my no. You asked for a yes or no. I've given you a no, but you've misunderstood my no.
Bob, seriously, it's getting weird because I'm saying to you, you're clearly refuting yourself.
No.
You're saying, yes, I did, but now you're saying, no, I didn't.
Right.
Which one is it?
Right. In terms
You
of
said you would agree with me when you see me doing it. I'm doing it.
No.
I'm doing it now.
Let me
Any
finish.
Muslim that's here is free to literally rebuke what I'm saying. They can never. They can, and I'm not talking to you. They can never rebuke what I'm saying. I'm saying to you what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
is literally what I believe in my heart as to be true from the creator of the world.
Yeah.
The creator. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
On my day of judgment, my good deeds and bad deeds are mine alone.
Amen.
Everything I say to you, I'm responsible for.
Amen.
I'm not responsible for him.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
But I can advise
Amen.
him. I can advise him and I can advise you. And if I come here and be able to afford you, both of you, some decency,
Yes.
then that's what I'm here for.
And have I not afforded you decency today?
Well, now you are, but you keep on trying to bait me into this, this and that, and the minor indifferences in the belief, but I won't be able to. Bro, stop it! I'm saying to you, people are the cost of you not agreeing with me to this.
Yeah.
Is so expensive, bro.
Can I reply?
That you might not make it home today because these youth are so mad and reckless. They don't care. They don't care about a lot of things. They have no grounding. The grounding is gone. The things that used to keep the youth decent and honest are gone.
Can I reply?
They're disappearing daily. Your churches, your schools,
Can I reply?
all of the things that used to keep the youth of today decent, they're disappearing daily.
Can I reply?
And I'm asking you, what is your solution to
My
that?
solution is a hardened return to Christianity. The reason why our society is degenerating and fraying at the edges and collapsing in and upon itself is because as a culture, the English decided to abandon Christianity. When and only when they return to a real Christianity will the problem be addressed. And the thing that you have refused to accept or to acknowledge is part of what's killing the Christians are radical Muslims. I give you an example again, Nisa Hussein, an entire Muslim family in the heart of Bradford, they all became Christian. And a hate campaign was inspired against them, not by all Muslims, but by enough Muslims that ended in an attempt to beat Nisa Hussein to death in the street with baseball bats and crowbars. I know, one second. I know two sisters in the north of England who've both become Christian. They're both at the point where their parents are trying to kick them out of their homes. That is Islamic bigotry aimed at Christians. The church that was desecrated in East London was done by a Muslim who tore down its cross. The point of the matter is, you're talking to me about people that are losing their lives, and I'm trying to tell you that part of the people that are taking the lives are the radical Muslims that lots of your fellow Muslims in this park are not fighting. Now you ask me, and I'm going to answer very clear. I'm going to land. I'm going to. No.
You're going on for a long time.
Then let's make this our final comments. Let's land our conversation and let's make our final points, right? Okay? Because I think this is one of the nicest conversations that me and you've actually had.
What do you mean? This is the second conversation.
And I think this is the nicest out of the two of them.
No, we had a very decent conversation where you demonstrated Jesus' prostration to God.
Yes.
I thought that was very decent.
Yeah.
If you didn't take any decency from it...
No, I'm saying this was a nicer conversation. Let me finish. Let me finish.
The only thing wrong with it is that you went away and decided it was wrong.
No, I didn't say it was wrong. I didn't say it was wrong.
To make accusations against my character.
At no point in this conversation have I accused you of the things that have come to mind, but you have accused me multiple times of being a hypocrite. You've accused me multiple times of inciting and instigating people. Now, let me finish, because when I said no to are you getting Muslims in line, what I meant is that I've never seen you in a video go up to people like Shamsi or Mansour or Hashim and say to them that they should stop inciting that apostates from Islam should be killed, that they should be executed. I've never seen you do that. I've never seen you go up to I've never seen you go up to any of the Muslims around here and say to them that you should stop supporting Hamas or that you should stop supporting Islamic Jihad. Now, here's the yes. When he was interrupting, and when other Muslims interrupted, did you snap them into line? Yes, you did. I'll acknowledge that on camera. But what I was talking about is I'll take your criticism of me more seriously when I see you on camera challenging the likes of him and others in this park that seek to justify the persecution and discrimination of Christians because of Sharia law. Until you do that, your words are empty to me.
I'm never say anything about this.
Okay, you're doing it again.
He told me I was.
You're doing it again.
I never say something.
You're doing it again.
Did I say it?
You don't want me to address the point. You don't want me to address the point because you're sidetracking the point now. Okay? You keep doing it.
He said
If you can't keep it quiet, bro, you need to leave, bro. Because I'm trying to talk to you. It's not good of you. You keep doing it, Afi. We're grown men. Are you going to be quiet?
Yes, sir. Go on.
Please, Afi.
Go on.
Go on.
I'm saying to you, there's one enemy of religion, and that is those who don't have one. You understand me? And I'm asking you, in fact, I'm pleading with you, that if you don't now, when the opportunity comes to unite with people of the common consensus of believing in the Creator, if you don't unite with them, your resources, your strengths, while you still have it, there won't be much of your belief left, because you're clearly saying that is dissipating because of X, Y, and Z. And I'm telling you, there's a lot more of dissipation from the disbelievers than there is from the misguided Muslims. You understand what I'm saying to you? So for me, your anger and your objection is in the wrong place, bro. Your anger is in frustration is directed in the wrong place. I'm trying to get you to redirect that anger at the right place. You understand me? There's people walking around with zero belief. In fact, they think it's their right to draw the people of belief into disbelief. And I'm telling you, that's worse for your people. That's worse for your religion. That's worse for your churches. These Muslim men are decent men. They want to unite with you on decency. They will fill up your church. Akhi, stop talking, yeah? They will fill up your church tomorrow. The one that's closing, the one that's going to get turned into nightclubs and apartment buildings, they will fill it up tomorrow. They will pay zakah for it to stay open, to keep holy ground holy. And because of your attitude towards them, you won't accept their charity, you won't accept their goodness. Instead, you come here and you try to pick holes in their character. It's not good enough. As grown men, it's not good enough, bro. And I'm sick of seeing you doing it and trying to bait people into it. Now, the only thing I reprimanded you on was this passive-aggressive technique you're using of saying, oh, it's not what you're saying now, it's the way you're saying it. You can't keep doing that, guy. You have to come to some semblance of understanding with the brothers, and all I would do is I'll plead with your decency and say, please do that. Unite with them on what is good, please.
Okay, so let me reply, right? And shall we do a final comment?
That's it. That's all I've got to say.
So my final comment, right, is this. As you can see, like, the energy that someone comes at me with is the energy that they get back. You've come at me with a fairly decent attitude. Hopefully you've felt a fairly decent attitude in return. Hopefully. God knows best. Right? But my point to you is that when 2 million Christians were butchered by jihadis over 18 years in South Sudan, there you go. There you go. Just writing it off. Just writing it off. And there you go. Exactly as I said. Exactly as I said. Exactly as I said. Exactly as I said. Their response is to say, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. There you go. That's exactly it. I'm forced to raise my voice because they're all shouting. There you go. So they prove my point. They prove my point both in their attitudes and in what they say. They prove my point. They prove it. When 2 million Christians were killed in South Sudan by jihadis, there are Muslims in this park that would attempt to justify that. In 18 years of jihad,
talk to me
let me
and
finish.
finalize your
Let
point.
me finish.
Stop talking to
Let
them
me finish.
and going on
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
I'm asking you. Start talking to me.
30,000.
Bob, please.
I'm talking to you now.
Yeah, but talk to me.
I'm talking to you now.
Yeah, talk to
when
me.
30,000 Christians were killed in northern Nigeria, there are Muslims in this park that would try to justify
Bring one
it.
Muslim.
Right?
Bring one Muslim from the park.
Right?
Justify.
There you go. There you go.
Bring one Muslim.
There you go.
Ask him to bring one
And the
Muslim
way that they
justify
try
this.
to justify it.
One Muslim.
The way that they try to justify it.
Right by shouting at him.
Because I am right. Because I am right.
He hates you.
I don't hate you, bro. That's the lie that they tell. 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 Right, so my point to you is, that lie that you just heard, he said, I hate you.
Don't worry about what he said. Talk to me, boy.
Right, I'm telling you now.
Talk to me.
I am. I'm
about
talking.
me
I'm just
and about what you've got
brilliant.
to say. Stop talking
Great.
about everybody
I am
else.
talking to you.
You're involved, I'm involved.
What's your name, bro?
Man to man, Khan.
What? Khan.
Khan.
Khan, listen to me
Yeah,
and
I'm
hear my
listening.
words.
I'm listening.
I do not hate you, Khan.
Okay, good.
Right, I know you're a Muslim.
And the Muslims?
Yeah, I don't hate Muslims.
Alhamdulillah.
I never hated
Say
Muslims.
it again, Bob.
Right, I don't hate Muslims.
Alhamdulillah.
Right, no, hold on 1 second.
Alhamdulillah.
Right, 1 second. Right?
You heard it here.
Yes.
Bob said it.
There you go.
Out loud, with his chest, in a meaningful way. Say it one more time, please.
I don't hate
Make
you,
me a
Khan.
believer.
I don't hate you, Khan.
Say the Muslims.
I don't hate Muslims.
Alhamdulillah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at decency. Look at smiles on the faces. Look what you just did, Bob.
Right.
You brought peace amongst the people.
But now let me.
Isn't that good for you?
It is good.
Does it feel good?
But can I,
When you
Khan,
pray
Khan,
today
let me
to
finish.
God,
Let me
is it
finish,
not
Khan.
gonna be
Khan,
grateful?
let me finish. Let me
Okay,
finish.
good, go for it.
Let me, Khan. Let me
Go
finish.
for it.
Right? Because the Khan. Let me finish. Right? Let me finish. Because the thing is, for 5 years, I've been saying that. Right, so no Muslim has an excuse for telling you that I hate Muslims.
You hate Muhammad.
What has happened?
Bro, you're doing it.
What has
You need to
happened?
stop.
You're proving me right.
need
Thank
to
you very
stop.
much.
You need to stop.
I didn't provoke him.
You're literally doing exactly what he wants.
No,
Stop it.
you're blaming me again for what
Stop
he's doing.
addressing him.
But no, I said you.
I'm talking to you.
Khan, I
Stop
said,
talking with
listen,
him.
Khan, listen to me. I said you are blaming me for
You're
what he's
baiting
doing.
him, bro.
No,
Stop
I'm not.
it.
I didn't force him to interrupt.
Stop it, bro.
All I said, no. Again, you're blaming me for his behaviour. You shouldn't do
I
that.
just told him off.
I know you did, and I appreciate
he's
it.
quiet.
Thank you
Talk
very
to
much.
me again.
Right, Khan. So listen to me. Right, I've been saying what you've heard me say to your face.
Yes.
I've been saying that for 5 years.
Yes. Well,
So-
I need you to hear.
And now you've heard it, and you've heard it, and you've got it on camera.
Good.
So the point is, you now should go back and ask the Muslims, why did they lie to you? Why did the Muslims in this park lie to you?
You want to talk about someone else again?
Right? Why did
Are
they
you
lie
going
to
to
you?
finish off the conversation
Right?
that we had?
Now, you asked me the question, what is the answer to the problem that we face about the collapse of morality in the West?
Bob, I'm going to literally give you a couple of minutes, bro, but I can't
All right.
be at this all day. Just tell me the solution, please.
The solution is that you and everyone else become Christian. Because it's only when we follow Christ, that we're going to find the solution to that problem. And it's only when Muslims stop finding that solution funny that me and us are going to get along. Because when I say to them, we should follow Christ, and they laugh, that is insulting to me.
Amen.
That's insulting to me. Because what they're saying is, your religion is a joke.
Exactly.
I think you again you're talking with me and trying to put words in other people's mouth. You're baiting them, and you can see a lot of them are falling for your bait. And I'm saying
didn't
to
bait
you,
them.
I don't fall for it.
Right.
Thank you for
Your
time.
final words.
Thank you
Khan,
for your time. I appreciate your conversation.
I'll say it again. I don't love. Sorry, I don't hate you.
Easy.
I don't hate
Easy.
you.
Steady.
I
Steady,
don't.
old boy.
No, listen, brother. Listen. I don't hate you, and I don't hate Muslims. And anyone who tells you different, you should challenge them as to why they're lying.
No, I come to hear it from your
And you
mouth.
have.
That's it.
Multiple times.
That's it.
And you've heard it
That's
multiple times.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Khan and Bob.
And Khan.
Listen, I'm
Khan.
finished.
Khan, wait, Khan, before you go,
Enough.
as a confirmation to show you how much I respect you, to show you how much I've appreciated our conversation, I'd like to give you a gift.
A gift of
A gift, a book. Just a book.
I have a question. I want to know how the Quran treats a woman and a Bible treats a woman.
Well,
I want to hear.
wait, our conversation.
There's your next sparring partner, Bob.
Okay, this is for you, my friend.
Well
My
done.
gift to you. It's a gift.
I appreciate your good manners today, Bob.
All right,
Thank
you
you
look
very
after
much.
yourself.
Thank you.
And remember, I don't hate you and I don't hate Muslims.
It's good to hear it, Bob.
Anyone who says
Bob,
otherwise is
Bob,
lying
it's
to
good
you.
to hear it.
And I mean it.
It's good to hear
And
it.
I hope you understand I mean it.
Try and keep that energy with the rest of the brothers.
And
please.
I've always said that I give energy back that comes to me.
That's it.
So maybe go tell them to behave better.
Well, I think you got a bit to do with your own character and
Yeah.
your own, sometimes I think
Right.
our spirit can be high and our spirit can be low. I think the typical English saying of you've either been not here long enough or too long. You understand what I mean?
I get you.
I'm saying if you're constantly sparring with the same people, the boundaries can start
I
to
hear
get
you.
great, and that's
All right.
what's happening for me. There's misunderstandings, but what I don't like again is the cost. The cost of seeing grown men of Islam and Christianity just constantly at odds with each other, and the cost that we've got in our society, Bob. You may think you're exempt from it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You may think your day is exempt from it. You may think that
I
you're...
want to take this brother's question because he had a question.
You go for
All
it.
right,
If
God
that's
bless you.
what he
Khan.
wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.